The University of South Carolina women's basketball team beat Florida 71-40 at the Colonial Life Arena. Staley seems to have found her starting lineup. After cycling through 6 different groups in the early portion of the season, South Carolina women's basketball cruised on the road Sunday, downing LSU's 76-53. The victory, USC's 8th in a row, was led by the starting quintet of junior guard Tyasha Harris, redshirt senior guard Bianca Cuevas-Moore, redshirt junior guard Taya Cooper, junior forward Micaiah Herbert-Harrigan and redshirt senior forward Alexis Jennings, who are starting their second consecutive game together. Those 5 simply overwhelmed the Lady Tigers early, and the Gamecocks, 12-4, 4-0 SEC, coasted from there to maintain their spot atop the SEC standings. Carolina got off to an absolutely blazing start, shooting 77% from the field in the first quarter while tagging LSU for its most points allowed in any quarter all season. On the defensive side, the Gamecocks held the Lady Tigers to just 23.5% shooting to take a 29-11 lead. "When we play fast, we're really good," Staley told the SEC network of the first quarter. "When we're sharing the ball and the ball is touching everybody, we're a hard team to guard." All 5 starters played at least 9 minutes and scored at least 3 points in the first quarter. Herbert-Harrigan led the group early with 8 points and ended the evening with 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting, while Cooper had 7 in the first period and finished with a team-high 14 points. Jennings led the starters in rebounding with 7 boards to go with 10 points, while Harris led in assists with 5 helpers to go with 6 points. Staley was particularly pleased with the play of her starting guards, all of whom can play the point or run off the ball. "When those 3, Taya, and Bianca, have it clicking, we can be a feared backcourt," Staley told the SEC network. "I think they work well together. They're gaining some chemistry, some much-needed chemistry." The Gamecocks cooled off slightly in the second quarter as the reserves began to take over, but they still extended their lead to 22 points at halftime. Throughout the second half, LSU actually kept things even with Carolina, only getting outscored 31-30. After making its first 4 3-point attempts, USC shot 3 for 15 from distance to finish, while the Lady Tigers rallied to shoot 52% from the field after the break. That was due to LSU just applying a little more pressure. "I think we took our foot off the gas and we allowed them to get back into the game," Staley told the SEC network. "Every available player for US side got in the game, and after LSU started the fourth quarter on an 8-1 run, a late surge led by redshirt senior Nellie Perry, who had 5 points in the final 4 minutes, sealed the victory." Star of the game, Cuevas-Moore only played 16 minutes but was brutally efficient in doing so, scoring 9 points with a perfect shooting night of 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3 and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He also added 3 steals, a rebound and an assist to boot. Not bad for a player who told the SEC network didn't even want to play the sport last year while recovering from a knee injury. Stat of the game, LSU entered Sunday averaging 51.1 points allowed per game, a top 10 mark in the country. South Carolina nearly had that by halftime and surpassed it just a little over halfway through the third quarter. Of the game, with less than a minute left to play in the first quarter, Herbert-Harrigan dished in a layup off an assist from Harris to cap a 9-0 run and give the Gamecocks firm control. Observations: another hot start. After sprinting to an early 19-0 lead against Florida in its last game, South Carolina wasn't quite as unstoppable to begin Sunday's game but still took a 9-0 lead to start. With a strong surge to end the first quarter, the Gamecocks have outscored their last 2 opponents 53-20 in the first 10 minutes. Battle on the boards. Offensive rebounds were the only area where the Lady Tigers had an edge in the first half, with half of their 14 boards coming off the offensive glass. However, they were only able to convert those rebounds into 4 second-chance points. Next, the Gamecocks traveled to Starkville for a showdown with no 7 Mississippi State on Thursday at 7 p.m. USC and MSU are the only teams in the SEC still unbeaten in conference play. South Carolina women's basketball junior forward Micaiah Herbert-Harrigan has upped her game lately for the Gamecocks, and it's the result of a more consistent, mature player, according to Don Staley. January 12, 2019 4:34 p.m. January 10, 2019 3:46 p.m. January 10, 2019 8:43 p.m. January 9, 2019 4:15 p.m. January 6, 2019 1:59 p.m. January 5, 2019 5:46 p.m.